This video was brought to you by Squarespace. Look, I just need to know, like, is it possible? Like, is it within the realm of possibility that you need a website? If that's the case, then hear me out. Have you considered Squarespace? I needed to make a website so I could recommend stuff to people. Thing is, I have literally zero experience building sites and couldn't write a line of code if my life depended on it. Didn't matter though. With Squarespace, I just grabbed a basic template, added images and text and videos and stuff, formatted and customized everything to meet my needs, and suddenly I had myself a professional looking website. Squarespace lets me schedule all my content to automatically publish and generate social media posts, which is very convenient. But if you need more, you can make just about any kind of site you want: a blog, storefront, webcomic, info site, whatever. Squarespace offers lots of powerful extensions to meet your needs, as well as nifty analytics to help you keep tabs on how your site is performing. To try out Squarespace for yourself, head to squarespace.com for a free trial. Then when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/Arlo to save 10% off your first website or domain. And now for today's recommendation: Siete brand Mexican wedding cookies. They're grain-free, have shockingly real ingredients and low sugar, and they taste incredible. I get mine at Costco, but I'm sure you can find them elsewhere. A couple of these things go great with a cup of coffee. Thanks again to Squarespace. Now, is there like at least a 1% chance, just like any chance at all, even a microscopic chance that we should start the video? 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Hello my friends, it is time for a Pokemon tier list video. I've been meaning to do this for a very long time, so I am pretty excited. Today I will be covering all Generation 9 Pokemon. First, a few things to keep in mind. 1, I am a casual Pokemon fan. I will always be a casual Pokemon fan. I did play a lot of Violet, but I still haven't familiarized myself with every single Pokemon, especially like some of the legendaries and a lot of like the Paradox ones and some of the version-specific ones. I will also inevitably say a bunch of names wrong. 2, every Pokemon here will be judged mostly on how much I like the designs, just like how cool I think they are. And then some, like, I'll judge them based on my own experiences with them. Like, it's extremely subjective, pretty much not based at all on, like, their abilities and their strengths and any kind of, like, objective metrics. Certainly not anything to do with popularity, which leads me to 3. Your favorite Pokemon will be ranked F. I'm sorry. I will inevitably disparage your darlings and rank them very low. So, you know, just keep that in mind. All right, we got a lot of Pokemon to get through, so whoosh! So I had a hard time choosing my starter this generation. I ended up going with Fuecoco because I thought whatever it ended up being would probably be a little bit more interesting. I suppose I was not wrong, but I was a hair away from choosing Sprigatito. I really do like Sprigatito. I mean, come on, it's a cat. It's a grass cat. It's cute. It's just a really solid design. I think it's a pretty easy A there. The evolutions I'm not super duper keen on. Florigato is kind of okay. It's not really, I mean, it's a fine direction to take the design, but something about it just doesn't quite work for me. Then Meowscarada I think I like more than any of the other final evolutions for the starters. I'm not like the biggest fan. The Magician angle is kind of cool. Maybe pretty okay. Give it a B, sure. Then, of course, Fuecoco. Just a really interesting design, really cute. It's a gator, but it's also like a pepper, kind of an apple. It's a fruit gator, something or other. I think that's a pretty solid A. Unfortunately, I was really not super into the evolutions. Thematically, it's cool, but I don't know, just kind of doesn't, they don't really look very good. Crocolore and then Skelidurge. I do like that Skelidurge ended up being like not turning into humanoid form and went like the opposite way. So now we have like a real legit gator. I want to like it more than I do. Something about the design is slightly ugly to me. I think the fire, like the perma fire, just looks a little weird. I don't know. It's okay. Maybe a C is fine, sure. Then Quaxley. I really do like ducks. I was a little bit torn on the design here. Probably my 3rd pick overall for starters. I did still like it though. I do think Quaxley is pretty cute. Maybe a B. Unfortunately from there, I don't know. Don Quixote or like a pirate or something. I really did not expect the the dancer angle. And personally, I'm not really a fan of Quaxwell. I probably, I don't know. I'm just gonna put D for now. And then Quackwaval. I mean, I don't know. Last time I mentioned I'm not a fan on the internet, everybody got mad at me. Seems this one is a pretty beloved one. I'm sorry though. I'm sorry. I don't just it's okay to be somewhat humanoid, but that looks like a person in a Pokemon suit. I just like the whole dancer angle. I don't know. Something about it just doesn't do it for me. Sorry. Next we got Lechonk. The meme names are pretty cute. I do like piggies. Piggies are cute. It's a little piggy. Yeah, I don't know. Lechonk's pretty good. I think Lechonk deserves at least a B. He's pretty cute. I'm not as much of a fan of Oinkalone. Maybe it's just a little bit too like regular piggish. Maybe I wanted it to go kind of further in kind of any direction. Just kind of looks like a pig with floppy ears. I don't know, it's fine. It's okay. C is fine. Oh yeah, then we got the two variants. The different tail. That's cute. I don't know. I guess they're both about kind of the same. Sure, why not? And then Tarantula. It's a spider, but its body is like a ball of webbing, but it's kind of like yarn. It's pretty cute. I don't know. It's pretty cute. I'm gonna give that one a solid B. I do like that. And then Spidops kind of taking more the idea of the spider that uses the legs to actually manipulate the webbing. It is cool. It looks a little bit weird. It's a little like robotic, but I like the idea. I like the idea of the manipulation. Even you see it here in the little sprite. It is cool. I don't know. Let's go for C for now. We can always change this stuff as we go. That usually ends up happening. We have Nimble, little like a little grasshopper, but with like the cool kicky. I really like Nimble. I think that's a pretty solid design. It's between A or B. It is cute. Let's go B for now. And then Lokix is a pretty cool evolution. I'm kind of, I don't know, design-wise, I'm a little bit in the middle, kind of between B and C. I do think it's cool. Bug fighting is neat. But like the design itself isn't super duper interesting versus the first stage. So I think C is probably okay for now. Next we have the Palmy line. I have a personal bias against the idea that every new generation has to have a Pikachu. I don't know. It's kind of a weird gimmick. I guess it's kind of fun, but it's something about it, especially when like, it's still just an electric mouse for the most part. I don't know. It's cute enough. Palmy is kind of cute. I constantly forget, or possibly never knew until this moment, there are 3 of them. Has there ever been a Pokemon that has had 3 whole stages, and yet the actual changes are so subtle? I don't know why there are 3. Like, you could just do that. I think that would be perfectly fine. So I'd put these all about in the same category. I'm kind of like, they're cute enough. Kind of middling. I'm just gonna stick them all. Nah, that one's going in D right there. Palmot. Those are at least cute enough. Something about that, like, I don't know. You could also just have had it right there and then stop there. Something about that one goes a little bit too far. I'm not as much of a fan, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so Tandemaus. I'm not really big on like Pokemon that are too gimmicky. It's not really my thing. It's just two like weird little The Shining twins mice, which is strange. But then learning Mousehold, I don't even think I was aware that the evolution was Mousehold. I don't know. I'm not big on gimmicks, and yet it's a household of mice. There is a Pokemon that is literally a family of mice. I think they sold me. So maybe like maybe Tandemaus itself is kind of D, not too much of a fan. But then you introduce the kids, and now it's a whole family, and now it's just cute enough. I gotta say, at least B. Fido is kind of weird. I don't know, dog made of dough, made out of bread, is like a little bit strange. I wouldn't want to touch the thing, but at the same time, Fido, which is a play on Fido and dough, and Philo, which is a kind of doe. Is it pronounced Philo? I don't know. So I believe that's a triple pun. So that's kind of fun. I don't know. I'll put that one in C, and then Doc's Bun. It is cute. It's clever. I like how now this one is like, I mean, you know, it's more the color of a dog, but it's like you baked the dog. It's cute. I don't really like looking at it though. And I don't like wanting to eat it, even though it's alive. I'm gonna put that in D. Smoliv, another meme name, which I suppose I can appreciate in its own way. The design itself is kind of only okay. It's cute enough. I like little grass guys. I'm a fan of those. So maybe I'll put that in C. It's like it's between B or C. And then Doliv, the evolution, I want to say I like a little bit better. I might bump that up to a B, and I will once more reveal my ignorance. I don't know if I've ever seen our Boliva until right now. I don't know how. There were plenty of NPCs that had Smolivs like in the game, but I haven't seen this. So I don't know. It becomes like a cool tree, kind of almost like a bird. I really like that design. I think that's cool. I'm not a big fan of olives, actually. Out of all foods, I like most of them. Olives are one of the very, very few exceptions. I do not like olives, and yet I love the design on this one. I'm gonna say at least B for now. That might bump up to an A, because I do like the design a lot. Let's go B. Squawkabilly, it's just kind of a parrot with weird hair, and there's like, oh, there's different colors, so I don't know. Just seems like kind of a whatever gimmick, throwaway bird. I don't know. I'm gonna put that in. I don't know. Let's do D for now. Save F for like the extreme examples, but that is at risk of getting downgraded to F. I'm not really a fan. Knackley is strange. It's like a Mario mushroom, but it's rock and it's salt. And whenever I play a new game, I always go for the little rock guy because I know he's gonna grow up to be a big rock guy. I like that. The design itself is okay. But again, I was attracted to it because of what it may represent. So I'm gonna just kind of give it a B. I like that. The evolution Knackle Stack, not as much of a fan. I was really not very happy. It's just kind of ugly. Between C and D. Let's go D for now. I don't know. I really don't like it. And then Garganackle. The design itself is a little bit weird. It did go like a little like it's kind of Minecrafty. A little bit strange, but I do like that it's a big rock guy. I, again, really like big rock guy. And I like how like the layers of sediment. It's a cool idea. Like a salt Pokemon. It's a nice take on the rock guy. And I have a lot of fond memories with it. It would probably be like a B or a C, except I just really grew to like it. You know, it was with me for most of the game. So let's be generous and stick that in A. Then we have Charcadet. No, Charcadet. I guess that's the joke. This is one of the ones that I really wanted to raise, and I never got around to it. I think the design is cool. I like the little like flame thing on top. It's cute. That's a pretty solid Pokemon right there. And then Armor Rouge. It's not Rogue. Whatever. This one. I like it. I think it's good. I think that's another really solid one. I think that one, I mean, I don't know, it's just a good design. It's kind of between A or B. Let's put it on B for now, and then a Cyrilege. That's an awesome Pokemon. I don't know, just design-wise. Just cool, you know? A lot of Pokemon get to be like silly and weird and gimmicky and have all this weird stuff. I like every once in a while, can we get a Pokemon that's just cool? Just looks really neat. Tadbulb, it's a frog. And it's a light bulb. I feel like I shouldn't like such a simple hybrid like that, and yet I just like the design. I just think it looks cool. It's really cute little Pokemon. I'm gonna put that in, that might be an A. There's something about this design that's just so like clean and nice, you know? I like it. Not as much of a fan of Bellibolt. It is really nice, though. I'm going to put that in B. I do still think it's quite cute. It's also basically an avocado Pokemon. I'm a pretty big fan of avocados, so yeah, this guy's pretty cool. Then Wattrel and Kilowattrel. Just kind of electric birds. I like it when you combine weird types like that. I kind of like the look on his face. That's kind of cute, but for the most part, I don't know. It's just kind of a bird. They're kind of just birds. Kind of C. They're just kind of boring. It's not bad design. They look kind of cool. They're just kind of uninspired. Let's do this. Sure. Then Maschiff and Maboschiff. The first one, I'm less of a fan of the design of Maschiff. Not really. Yeah, I don't know. Maboschiff, it's hard to place too low because of its place in the story. Like, I connect with it for that reason. That might be enough to bump it up like 1. But for the most part, I don't know, it's just kind of like old dog Pokemon. It's fine. It just doesn't really quite do it for me. Ordinarily, it might have been a C. I might bump it up to B just because of the memories. Let's be generous. He deserves it. Shroodle is weird. Shroodle is strange. This, like, is it a mammal? Is it a bug? Is it, I don't, some sort of weird nocturnal animal. I don't quite know. It's got a weird little tongue, weird little hair. But I like it. I like how strange it is. How just weird and alien. It's between B and A. Let's say A. It is also kind of goofy. Whatever. Let's do B for now. I think I'm gonna go the same for Graphii. I like that it's a mammal, but it's also just very weird with the big bug eyes. It's just strange, and it's interesting. And I like that. Bramblin and Bramblegast. I like Grass Ghost combo. I think it's pretty cool. For the most part, it's just kind of like the Tumbleweed Pokemon. It's Tumbleweed, and then like Brambly, spikier Tumbleweed. It's kind of just, it's kind of a whatever. Let's put it in. It's just not very interesting. Yeah, let's go D. Probably for both. I mean, this one's kind of a face. Is that enough to, like, bring it up to a C? Sure. Why not? That's at least slightly better. Oh, Toedscool and Toedscool. My loves. Some of these Pokemon. You know, there's a small little handful of Pokemon that were just love at first sight. Absolutely love at first sight. I never cared about Tentacool or Tentacruel, but you turn them into mushrooms, you give them legs, they run around. Easy. Both of them. Easy S. So, I mean, Toedscool might actually be a top 10 Pokemon for me at this point. I don't know. They're mushrooms and their legs are the mycelium and they run around on their mycelium. I don't know. It's just perfect. Cloth is okay. It's just kind of big crab. It's fine. I don't know. It's kind of whatever. I'm going to put it in D. There you go. Maybe if it evolved or something, but it kind of just sits there. So, nah. Capsakid and Scovillain. Thematically, I think they're interesting. I think it's fun. It's based on peppers, like the spiciness of peppers, but it also kind of looks like a bird hatching from an egg. I like the names. I think that's clever. The design is interesting. It doesn't really quite click with me, but I can tell that it is interesting. It's a really well-designed set of Pokemon. So, yeah, I'd say maybe like a B. Maybe I could do B for both of those. I think they get a pretty good amount of credit. Relor, kind of surprised it actually took this long to get a dung beetle Pokemon. I don't know, but it really is just kind of a slightly Pokemonized dung beetle. It's not super duper interesting. It's fine. Let's just stick it in D. However, Rabska, which I don't even know if I've ever seen before now, certainly never saw it in the game. It really is just like, you know, it's the next step. It still is a dung beetle, but it looks a lot cooler. It doesn't just look like it's rolling up poop anymore, and I think that goes a long way for the cool factor. Just design-wise, it really is a big improvement. I'd put that, I don't know, B? Could I go as far as to put it in B? Let's do that for now and see if we change our minds later. Flittle is cute. I don't think I really like the design, but I can appreciate how interesting it is. I'll probably put that in a C. I do like how dramatic the evolution is. Just it's a very small little thing into this giant ostrich kind of thing. And Espathra. I don't know. It's fine. It's just not really for me, I guess. Tinkatink, Tinkatuff, and Tinkatun. The idea that it's a baby rattle, but it eventually turns into a hammer, a really huge hammer. It is cool. It is kind of cool. It's okay. I think well, okay, the baby one, I'm not gonna be a fan of a baby rattle Pokemon. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put that, I'm gonna put that in D. I don't know. Gets a little bit better here. Let's put that one in C. And then Tinkaton, it is pretty cool. I'm also gonna put that B. Yeah, B for those two. D for that one. Wiglet and Wugtrio, I really love what they did with these games. I love the idea of, instead of just regional variants, it's like convergent evolution. It looks like a Diglett and a Dugtrio, but it's not really. It's a completely different type. It's a completely different Pokemon. I think it's a really cool idea. These ones are a little bit funny looking. So I think they're fun. I wouldn't want to raise one myself. It's a little bit too weird and silly. But they're fun. They're cute. I like it enough. Let's, I really don't know. How about it would be a C, but no, never mind. Let's do C. It would probably be a lot lower. If I was going just based on design, it would probably be lower. The novelty is enough to bring it up to a C. Bombardier, it's a stork, but it drops bombs instead of babies. It's fine. It's a cute idea. Doesn't like evolve or anything. It's okay. I don't know. I don't like it that much. It's all right. Finizen is funny. It's really just a dolphin. It's barely even Pokemonized at all. It's just kind of a cartoon dolphin. And I don't know why I ended up picking one and raising it. I think I was just so curious to know what it would turn into, because I think dolphins are really cool. So then turning it into Palafin, which is barely different at all, is funny. And then going into the whole, like, the superhero angle, it ended up growing on me. It is silly. I think if I were to just to choose this stuff with prior knowledge, I wouldn't have gone for it. But I did end up kind of warming up to it. The whole, like, yeah, turning into a superhero angle. It's cute. It's fun. It's silly. It's all right. Let's do, let's put these ones, let's do them in B. I think they're fun enough. And then, yeah, this version of Palafin, should I put it in C? Even if I have good memories with it, I do think it's a little silly. Like superhero dolphin standing on two legs. I'm gonna put it in C for now, and we'll see if I change my mind. Varoom and Revavroom. We've got engine Pokemon, which is funny because we also have bike Pokemon, and then separately we have engine ones that are kind of like car engines. It's another one of those like simple gimmick ones. They do some fun stuff with it in the game. It's okay. I think it's really not like, I wouldn't want to raise one myself, so I might just stick them in D. I think it's a cool idea. I'm just not a really big fan of the design. Yeah, okay, you know what? I'll put that one in C. I think that one's at least cool enough. That's all right. Cyclizar, it's a lizard that is also a bike, which I think is it's kind of cool, but it's also a little awkward. I'm gonna put that in D. I don't know. I guess I'm not really that much of a fan. Orthworm is weird. It's just a big, giant metal earthworm. It's like a Paradox Pokemon, but doesn't seem to be, I don't believe it's based on anything. I like that when I came upon it in the game, it was just kind of scary. I don't know, like, something about it was very weird and uncanny. The fact that it's like a robot. Is it real? Is it alive? I think all the future Paradox Pokemon are cool for that reason. So I like it for that. Design-wise, not as much. So I think I might have to put it down in D. I appreciate how I felt when I first found it, but I really don't think I like the design that. We'll be generous and put in C. Glimmet and Glimmer are kind of cool. Rock Poison. That is interesting. They are a little strange. They don't click with me, like, all the way, but I think they're cool enough. Maybe I'd put, you know what, Glimmet's cool. I really do like Glimmet. I think Glimmet deserves at least a B. Glimmera, maybe a little bit lower. It's kind of just like a weird rock thing with a thing sticking out of it. I do like the color, though. I like the typing. Let's put it in C for now. Greavard and Houndstone. They are a lot more interesting than the other dog Pokemon of this generation with the melting wax in the candle and then the tombstone. It is interesting, but it is also silly. It's very like Hanna-Barbera. It reminds me of like an old Hanna-Barbera character. I think Houndstone is a little bit too ugly for me. I put that in D, but then Greavard, whatever, is a little bit better. It's a little cuter. The design is kind of tighter. Yeah, I think it's a better like version of the idea. I think I'm willing to put that in B. Flamigo is just a flamingo. And that's it. And it doesn't evolve to or from anything. So just, it's gotta be F. It's worthless Pokemon. I'm sorry. Is this just me? When I first saw Citadel and Cititan, I thought they were older Pokemon. I don't know why. Something about the design. Maybe they just look that good. They fit that well in the Pokemon universe. I could have sworn, I was like, these are Gen 5 Pokemon, right? But they're not somehow. And you know what? I really like them. I like them a lot. I'll put Citadel in B. I just like I like big chunky guys. Cititan, I don't know. It's between A and S. It's just something about this design. I like it a lot. I'm gonna put it in A. I think I'm comfortable with that. Now, I hate to break it to you, I'm not much of a fan of all these fish Pokemon. Veluza is just kind of like a barracuda or something. It's fine. It looks cool. It's just fine. I'll put it in C because like it's fine. And then Dondozo, the Jabu Jabu kind of fish. It's all right. I don't know. Put it in D. And then the sushi ones, Tatsugiri. It's cute. It's just a little bit too gimmicky for me. And it comes with the different versions. I think I just don't care. It just seems like a throwaway gimmick to me. Annihilate, on the other hand, you take the Mankey line and you make a cool ghost version with sick hair. This is one I regretted not having a chance to raise one of my own. That's a really sick Pokemon. At least A, but it might get upgraded later. I didn't actually know that the Paldean Tauros came in 3 different forms with different types until like just now when I looked it up. I like that Tauros got some love, you know, got some different versions. They're all just kind of okay. Yeah, they're all right. I think they've got the nostalgia factor going for them, so I'm just gonna kind of stick them all into C. They're fine. Paldean Wooper, Flintstones Wooper is okay. The bone thing is a little bit weird. It's kind of, you know, B or C. I'll go with C. I think it's fine. Clodsire, on the other hand, is quite possibly the very best Pokemon that has ever existed. Get out of the way. Yeah, no, I cannot. Words cannot express how much I adore Clodsire. Farigiraf, and Dudunsparce. It's funny, the play on words. They're cute. It's kind of a funny thing, but it's not. All right. So now we're getting into the Paradox Pokemon. We got some ancient ones here. King Gambit is fine. It's okay. Kind of middling. Great Tusk is cool. You take Donphan and turn it into like this mammoth kind of thing. It's kind of neato. It's got the nostalgia element, Gen 2, but it's kind of fine. I'll put that in C as well. I think a lot of these are kind of a little bit middling to me. Screamtail, I think is very funny. You take Jigglypuff, and now instead of singing, it's screaming. It's kind of a little rock star. I'll put that in. I'll put that in B. Why not? Brute Bonnet is okay. It's a cute idea, but I don't know. It's just a messy design. I don't know. And then Fluttermane, I don't think is different enough from the source material. I don't know, maybe, because you kind of turn it into wings. I do think the design is pretty cool. Let's give that one a B, and then Slitherwing. That is a very, very cool alternate version of Volcarona. Turn it into more of a slithery bug. Creepy, weird. I think that's I'm gonna give that one an A. I think Volcarona is already really cool, so why not? Just design-wise, I think that's pretty neat. And then Sandy Shocks. There's one I'd never really gotten a really good look at this one until now. You take it and you turn it into something that like walks around. It's funny and it's interesting. I don't like the look. I wouldn't want to raise one myself, but it is funny and interesting. Maybe I'll just put that in C and leave it there. Iron Treads, I really like how we had future and ancient versions of Donphan specifically, of all things. I like Donphan. I like the future one better. And it was also another one where when I saw it in the story, it was like, what the heck? It's a Donphan, but it's a weird robot. And that was, it was just weird and creepy. And I like the design. I think it's really cool. I'm gonna give that one an A. Iron Bundle, it's kind of a robot delibird. It's a little creepy. I really don't think, I don't think I'm much of a fan. Iron Hands is sort of similar. It's just kind of okay. Was not really a huge fan of the original design anyway, so I might as well just put that in D as well. Iron Jugulus, weird name. It's all right. I might bump it up a little bit. It's kind of cool. I'm not like a huge fan. Iron Moth, heck yeah. I'm gonna put that one in A too. I love that design. That's so cool. Then Iron Thorns, I'm actually a really big fan of Tyranitar, but somehow turning it into like a weird robot, I don't know. I think they could have done it a different way. There are different versions of this that I might have liked more. Something about this one does not quite click with me, as I feel like a futuristic robot Tyranitar, like it really should click with me. But instead, I think I'm just gonna put it in C. Something about it is not quite right. Frigibax, I really don't like the design that much. It's a little weird looking, but it's kind of like the rock thing where it's like, you know, each time I get a new one, I'm like, all right, where's the little rock guy and where's the little dragon guy that's gonna turn into like the pseudo mythical dragon, and I could smell it on him. So his design itself, I'm not a big fan of, but I like that he's the little dragon guy. Maybe I'll put this one in C, but then Arctibax, I like a good bit more. I'll put that one in B, and then Baxcalibur is a lot cooler. I'm gonna put that up in A. I think it's a pretty cool design. I definitely like it more because I ended up raising one. It was really fun raising it, this one in particular. I don't know, I ended up with a lot of like fun stories, just coming in clutch in some battles. So by the end, it ended up being one of my favorites. So yeah, Baxcalibur can be in A. Gimme Ghoul, Goldango, they're fine. It's the mimic thing. It's okay. I don't know, I'm just gonna stick them all in D. This one's all by itself, if you want to just count this part. That's a little bit cuter. I'll put that up in C, but the rest, yeah, kind of just down in D. Don't really care too much. Now, these Pokemon here, I didn't end up getting them all, so I'm not super familiar with all of them. I did get Wo-Chien, so it's like a snail kind of thing, but it's got leaf growth on it. I think that one's really cool. I'm a pretty big fan of that one. That's cool. Then Chien Pao, kind of a mongoose, which I feel like I should like more. Maybe it's like the whiskers thing I'm not as much of a fan of. So maybe I'll put that in C. A little bit middling. Ting Lu. I wish I had gotten a Ting Lu. I like this design a lot. Like the bowl on the head, kind of like an elk thing. I think that was rad. I'm gonna put that in A, even though I've really not even gotten that good of a look at it until now, and yet like already no, that one's cool. And then Chi-Yu, I don't know, it's a goldfish. I like that it's dark fire. That's kind of cool, but it's a goldfish. You know. Then we've got Roaring Moon. That's a really cool Pokemon. It's like a Paradox version of specifically Mega Salamence, right? With the big wings. That's a cool one. That's another one that I'm not really super familiar with, and yet I really like the design. I think that's a B at least. I'm gonna give that an A, just purely based on design. That's a cool looking Pokemon. Iron Valiant is cool. Isn't it a Paradox Pokemon? It's like a hybrid, right? Of Gardevoir and the other sword one or whatever. It's kind of cool. It's neat. It's just kind of like it's okay. It's, I don't know, whatever. See, fine. Moving on. I've got Koraidon and Miraidon. I ended up going with Violet because I liked Miraidon a lot more. Koraidon, it's, I don't know. It's a little bit ugly. It's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of fun. It's more ornate. It's the ancient version of the pair. I think it's just kind of okay. Maybe I'm comfortable with C. Miraidon, I think, is pretty darn cool. I think, I don't know. That's a version of like a robot Pokemon that it just seems like so futuristic. It's more like a hover bike. I like that one a lot. I think I'm gonna go with B. Tempted to put it in A. A's looking a little sparse, and you know what? By the end of the game, I did have something of an emotional attachment to it, so let's do A. If anything, just for like all the good times in the story. Okay, so then let's bring these together. I guess they're the legendary beasts. I always called them the legendary dogs when I was a kid, but they're the legendary beasts, and if there's any single thing that made me almost regret getting Violet instead of Scarlet, it's these. This is really cool. I don't know, like taking the legendary beasts and like turning Suicune into a dinosaur, and then Raikou into like a Horizon, like those big things that help you map. They're really cool. This one a little bit less so, but they're just such. They're very different. They're very different from the source material. They took them and they really, I don't know, iterated on the idea a lot more than most of the other Paradox Pokemon, and I really appreciate them for that. Walking Wake's really cool. I'm gonna put that in A. I think that's so neat. Raging Bolt, just so bizarre, really bizarre. It's between A or B. I'm gonna put it in B. It loses like some points for just like the real weirdness factor. I appreciate it, but it is also a little bit strange. And then Gouging Fire, I might point in B as well. I like them a lot, but yeah, this one is definitely the winner. Iron Leaves is fine. I think again, they kind of just turn it into a robot. And the end result is a little bit strange. Maybe it's a little bit too far away from like an animal, so I'm not it's okay. Let's put that in C. Diplin and Hydrapple. I know, like, lore-wise, these are some of like the densest, most creatively designed Pokemon ever, but I don't know. It's a caramel apple Pokemon. not really that much of a fan. I mean, if it wasn't a dragon on the inside, it would definitely be F. The fact that the dragon part makes it a little bit more interesting. It's a little better. And then Hydrapple. It's an apple with a worm in it, but the worm is a dragon. You can both live in D. Sorry. And then Poltergeist and Sinistra. I'm already exhausted by just trying to read the names. We already had the T Pokemon, and now we have the new versions of them. I'm sorry, I just don't really care that much. Okidogi, Monkey Dory, and Fezandipity. I kind of feel the same way about all of them. The names are funny. I appreciate the names. I think they're kind of ugly, and in the games, they are mean. They are mean bullies, and I don't like that. So I think I'm pretty comfortable putting them in D. I just don't think any of them is particularly interesting, and they're mean, and they don't deserve my love. Ogerpon, on the other hand, is a sweet angel. I think the design is pretty cool. I like the whole mask mechanic. I love how it gets all big and huge, and I think that's pretty cool. It's okay. I'll put him in C. A little middle of the road, but yeah, it's all right. I thought Ursaluna was just a Gen 8 thing, but apparently in Scarlet and Violet you can get a Blood Moon Ursaluna, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty neat looking bear. That's kind of scary. Yeah, I don't know, it's all right. Yeah, fine, sure. Kind of, just based on the design alone, I'll give that a B. I think it's pretty all right. Archaludon should be too gimmicky for me. It's like a bridge, like a skyscraper-y bridge kind of Pokemon or something. But what did I say? I like the big, chunky, powerful stuff. So something about this one, just very, very intimidating. And I like that. I think that's cool. I think that's worth at least a B. Iron Boulder is fine. Kind of forgettable. Let's, I don't know. Let's do D. I guess I don't care that much. Iron Crown, kind of similar. Maybe enough to bring it up to a C. It's fine. It's fine. Then we have Terapagos, and the base form is pretty cute. Little turtle. I think maybe worth a B. I think the design is okay. Kind of between C and B, but I'll be generous and do that. This form, though, I think is fantastic. I think it's just really cool, and it's like representing all the types, and it's just like a cool turtle. I'm gonna say at least A. I really genuinely love the design of that one. Finally, we have Picharunt. The look is cool. I'm not super into the whole thing where it like shoots stuff in your mouth and it turns you into a zombie that dances. I thought that was a little stupid. But the design is cool. The way it's like a cracked open nut or something. It's cool. Let's go, I don't know. It's fine. Let's go see. Okay, so that's all of them. Now let's kind of scan and see if anything is jumping out at me as something that should move. Yeah, pretty happy with the F. Sorry, birds and fish. D. Yeah, I think that's about right. All Pokemon that are like kind of okay, but kind of eh. And then you know what? They are cute. I'm gonna move Tandemaus up to C. I think they're cute enough, and I do like the creepy, shining sibling vibes. I do like that. And then C is like a little bit better. Stuff that I'm starting to like a little bit. Yeah, I think pretty much all of this seems fairly accurate. I'm still a little bit torn here. Am I being unfair? Does this one deserve to be up in B? I really don't know. But as far as B goes, yeah. This is tough. You know, I think I am gonna move Dolive down one. I do like the design, but it's not like super original, not super interesting. I'll keep Arboliva there. B, these guys here. I'm thinking about moving them down. I've got good memories with them, and I do like dolphins. They're just not super interesting, you know? And in fact, I think this one here, this one can stay in B. It's kind of it's cool enough. I'm gonna bring that one down to C. Sorry. You know, I know I just placed it, but I think I'm gonna move the first original form of Terapagos down to C. I still think it's pretty cool, but I don't know. It's fine. Yeah. It's got the nostalgia factor. It's a funny Jigglypuff. I'm gonna bring it down to C. Let's be safe. And then I'm looking at A. I think I'm pretty confident in my A's. I think, yeah, these are some of my favorite designs out of the whole game. And then, of course, the S's are just the absolute best designs. This one I'm like tempted to bring down just because I don't have any like personal experience with it. I didn't raise one. But I don't know, it's just too cool. is just sick. It's one of the coolest Pokemon I've ever seen. Yeah, so I think I'm pretty comfortable with that too. Yeah, I think this is basically it. As far as like absolute worst and absolute best go, I don't think I care to arrange these in any particular order. I don't know, maybe you could say this one is at least more interesting. These just aren't very interesting. You might, maybe that's the order there. And then as for the best of the best, I don't know. It's between these two, which I love that they're both like alternate versions of older Pokemon. One the Convergent evolution, whatever they're called, and then one an alternate regional evolution. And yeah, I don't know. I can't. I couldn't possibly actually choose between these two. They are both some of my favorite Pokemon ever. I love them to pieces, and I will forever until the day that I go to my grave. So there you go. Unwhoosh, thank you so much for watching this video and listening to my weird Pokemon opinions. If I might make a request, please head down to the comments and give us all a poem about Toedscool. And you know, if you have more than one, feel free to share them all. I promise that I will quietly read them all to myself and not judge them harshly in a future Toedscool poem tier list video.